Hi, I'm Chris Mullins. Today we're at Virginia State University's Randolph Farm, and behind us you can see lots of plants growing, lots of vegetable plants and things like that. And that's what we normally talk about on this show. But today we're going to change gears a little bit. We're going to talk about cut flowers. You know, when you go out and you buy a nice arrangement of flowers, you put it on the table, it makes everybody feel good, but it can be a little expensive. So what if you had your own flowers that you could cut? What about within your vegetable garden, you grow some nice cut flowers like zinnias or sunflowers or things like that that you can go out and cut, bring in, put it on the kitchen table and make everybody feel nice. Today we're going to talk a little bit about that, so let's go see what we've got. Well, today we've got Susan Cheek with us, and she's a farm management agent with the Small Farm and Technical Outreach Program here at Virginia State. Not only does she work with farmers, though, she's also a florist, and she grows cut flowers. So we're really glad you could be with us today. Thank you, Susan. As gardeners are thinking about all the vegetables they can grow, maybe they haven't thought about cut flowers. What are some good cut flowers that they can grow in their garden space?
Sunflowers, zinnias, cosmos, status are all very easy flowers.
So those are things that they can grow. Pretty easy to go maybe from seed on most of those. I see you've got some sunflowers here. Let's look at those. What do they look like?
This is your average arrangement from the grocery store.
Okay.
About $10, $15. If you went to the florist, possibly as high as $20 for this.
Wow, for that. Okay. Well, that's pretty expensive, and I would imagine that you've got, let's see, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sunflowers in there. You could grow those yourself, couldn't you?
Oh yeah.
And I noticed they're different colors. Are there lots of different varieties of sunflowers out there?
You can grow whites, yellows, there's some reds, burgundies.
Okay.
Nice range of sizes. You can get them with or without pollen, so it doesn't get on your clothes.
So the pollen, you can get varieties that don't have pollen, so when you put them on your table, you don't have all that pollen falling all over your table.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And they all get pretty tall usually, right? Or there's some short ones?
There's varieties that are smaller.
Okay. And then like you mentioned zinnias and some snapdragons, so there's other kinds of things that you can grow in and amongst your vegetables.
Yeah, no problem. They help with your beneficials and bring in butterflies and bees and birds to help pollinate the other plants as well.
Okay. Well, how hard are these to plant from seed?
These are very easy from seed. You direct seed them right into the ground, 2 to 4 times the size of the seed, cover them up with soil and water.
Let's plant some and see how it goes. All right, well, we've got some sunflower seeds here. These were donated, these packs, from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. And each of these packs has about 100 or so seeds in it. How much would these cost?
Between $2 and $4 on average.
Okay, so not too much. Here we've got a sunflower variety. Let's show us how to plant that.
So we're just going to open them, and you're going to go about 2 to 4 times the size of the seed and pretty much about 8 to 10 inches apart.
All right, well, this has been freshly tilled up. Let me go ahead and level it off and make us a good seed bed. All right, and so what are you going to be doing with that again?
So you're just going to poke a hole in the ground where you want to put your seed.
Okay.
And this will work even in like a kid's sand bucket if you want to grow them on your porch or patio. And then you just cover them up, and what you're going to do is come back later and water.
Now, how far apart are you putting these?
You want to go about 6 to 8 inches, some varieties 12 to 14, depending on if it's a larger or a smaller variety. Sunflower, these are a little bit smaller varieties, so you don't need them as far apart.
Okay, so about 2 for every foot or so.
And if you want to put 2 seeds to make sure that they come up good, then you can thin them out as they come up where you can see the plants.
Okay, okay. And now I noticed, you know, we talked about zinnias before too, and we've got some zinnias here, about the same cost for those. And let's see, we saw the size of the sunflower seeds. These are going to be pretty similar. Let's look at those. Pretty similar in size. And we're going to plant those in a similar manner, right?
Right. They're going to get a little larger because they branch and they bush out. And then when they get probably about 2 foot, you want to pinch off the top buds so that they'll branch out further and you get more flowers.
Okay.
Once you have the flowers, you can cut them about 2 to 3 times a week on some varieties.
Okay. So all this planting is not too difficult, real similar to everything else. Now, let's just say that somebody is trying this in their home garden. They've got their sunflowers, their zinnias are growing. What do they do next? How do they cut these to make them nice so they can take them inside and put them in an arrangement?
Cut the length of stem you want. You can go as close to the base of the plant as you want, depending on the length. And obviously with the zinnias, you want to keep cutting them, so you want to go to where there's leaves that come together and cut down at the branch.
Okay.
So it'll keep pushing out new blooms.
Okay. Okay.
Then you're going to cut them at an angle. When you cut them, you don't want to smush the stem because then it won't take water.
Okay, so don't smush the stem.
Right.
Is there anything that somebody would put these in to make them last longer?
You could get Floralife from a local florist or grocery store. You could add a little bit of sugar or aspirin as just a home option.
Okay.
You want to recut them every couple days to keep them fresh as long as possible. When you're cutting the sunflowers, you don't want them all the way open.
Okay, okay. Well, great. Thanks again for being with us here today. This is really, it seems pretty easy. I think anybody could do this. And I'm glad, and hopefully you'll be able to do this in your home garden. And for more information about growing cut flowers in the home garden, please contact your local Cooperative Extension office. For From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins, and we'll see you next time.